Okay, how does the Scrum Master deal with scope creep? My heart sank a little when I heard that. Why would they? Okay, a lot of these interview questions are predicated on the idea that a Scrum Master is involved in the delivery of a product. And I get it, because project managers are, and what's the difference? So many people come at me with that. Well, there's a huge difference. Scrum Masters aren't involved in the delivery of a product. So if they're not involved in the delivery of a product, what are they going to do about scope creep? Notice it. Yeah? Okay. As a Scrum Master, you've noticed that the scope is creeping up and the devs are doing more, knowingly or unknowingly, than maybe they should. What's our role in that situation? Well, we can't tell them what to do because they're the experts. Okay? They own how they're solving this problem. Okay? The product owner owns what the work is. Okay? So what are we doing? Well, we're highlighting that issue. We've noticed it. We suspect, we don't know, okay, but we suspect the work that they're doing is starting to grow unintentionally and without commitment to that. We've not said we're going to do that work. This is an opportunity for the team to learn. Absolutely. So as a Scrum Master, I'm not going to directly tackle scope creep. I'm not going to turn around to the user who's asked for more work in the middle of the sprint, or that senior stakeholder who's pushing work on them or expecting more than they'd agreed to. No. I'm going to work with the team. Okay, I'm going to highlight it and say, I think this is starting to grow. I don't think we've agreed to this work. Let's have a chat. Okay. It's nothing obscure. It's just, let's pause for a moment and let's have a think. Did we say that this was in or out of scope? Is this new? So is this part of what we thought we needed to do? And is it a reasonable expectation that we do that work? And if it is, great, I got it wrong and we can move on. Okay. I get things wrong. I can own that. But if it's not inside that agreed work, okay, how did we get here? This is a mini retro for the team just to recognise the scope's creeping up. Okay, well, how did that happen? Is that an internal thing or an external thing? And by an internal thing, is that us as a team trying to do more, trying to please somebody? Maybe we noticed something that we could do, and was that a sensible decision? Did we consciously decide to do more than we thought we would? Because it was the right thing to do for the product. It was the right thing to do for the sprint goal. Okay. Did we make that transparent? Is everybody on board with that? Okay. Product owner, are you happy? Is everybody good? Okay, good. You know, you're professionals. You know your job. Great. But if you didn't think about it and it just started growing, maybe you started gold plating something. Maybe you're pulling in stuff that doesn't need to be done today. Okay. Well, let's put the brakes on that. And let's have a discussion about how that started. You know, as a team, let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation about what triggered it. How can we notice when that trigger is going to happen and preempt it maybe? Or notice after it has been triggered and nip it in the bud before it becomes a problem. So how can we as a team manage scope creep when it's an internal thing? Okay, because we've chosen as developers, as a Scrum team, to take on more work than maybe we needed to, or maybe we agreed to. So that's great. That's often quite a straightforward conversation. It's, in my experience, because somebody has noticed an opportunity to grab some work and bitten off more than they can chew. They thought it was a small piece and it's grown and grown and grown, and suddenly they're doing way more work than they thought they could, but now they feel like they've said they would, so they need to get it done because they've talked to people, and you know, we work with people who have integrity, so yeah, okay, you know, it happens. Now the external stuff, where other people are expecting it. So I said that, but actually I really wanted more. This is, maybe as a Scrum Master, I'm going to have the conversation, but it's for us as a team to manage. We need to be going out and talking to those stakeholders and helping them understand we're only doing this bit of the problem. We've only got a few weeks. You know, we might have 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks to deliver. Please don't expect everything. Okay, we're focusing here. Yes, we know that. It's on the backlog. And if it isn't on the backlog, it is now. Okay, But we're not doing all of it. We're doing this bit. This is all we said we would do. Okay? And we're going to help them understand why, so that we can maintain focus on what is most important, what is most valuable to that product, to those customers. Okay? We're not saying that the work that we're keeping on the backlog is not valuable, is not important, but it's not as valuable, it's not as important. Okay? And as a team, we have to be aware that conversation is going to happen, and we have to work out who's placed best to have that conversation. Very often that is the Scrum Master or the product owner, because they have the relationships with these people. But sometimes that's the developers, because they have the relationships with these people. Maybe it's a technical thing that's being pushed down, and actually a dev can have a really good chat about that. Brilliant. But my role as a Scrum Master in that moment is not to manage the scope creep. It's to help the team understand how they manage the scope creep. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.